Okay. Let me look at this then. I have some amazing paint skills here. Nope. Okay, so that was me talking about... Oh, wait, I should say that because that was interesting. Actually, no, that was a very hypothetical situation. Okay. Let's look at this. I have the drawing skills of a 3-year-old. Let's see here. That's not a penis. Wait for it. I don't know how you say it in English, but it's not like scale appropriate or whatever. And that's like, maybe I'm overdoing this, but that's gonna be fancy. Okay, this is a brush. These are wraiths. Actually, fuck, we can't do W's because you're gonna use W. These are like monsters. Arrgh. Okay. And then there's like a huge, big ass turret here. A huge, big ass. It's good to see that my vocabulary is expanding. Fuck, how do you even draw? It's like that, right? And there's like a friggin' yalla-da. Like that, and there's like a blue buff here. This is very essential. All of this is absolutely essential, by the way. It's not like I'm just overdoing this completely. That goes down here, and then there's like, yeah, then there's like over here, it goes out like so. And there's a broken turret there. Okay. Fuck, now I like used all the spot to draw the places I'm not gonna use. Well, that's fucking useful. No. How do I zoom? Ah! Aha! Perfect. Okay, so we have... Okay, we have the carry here, right? Who are we gonna be? We're gonna make it, just for annoyance sake, we're gonna make it a Tristana. Actually, you never see a Tristana. We're gonna make it an Ezreal. Ezreal. Right? Okay. Ezreal is standing over there, right? Right, standing over here. And then you have his trusty support, Janna. Shut up. I can't. Right? There you go. Beautiful. And she's like sucking his dick or whatever. She's like right on top of him. And she's always going to be there because she's waiting for like if they engage. What else we have? Hecarim sounds good, yeah. Hecarim's just running around, being a pony around this turret. And we're sieging this turret right now. Needs to get bigger because it has a bigger model. Okay. Who else? We have a mid laner. It's like a Zareth. Just like chilling around here, like poking and shit. He's not that big, but whatever. He's been working out. Zareth. And what else? Oh yeah, jungler. Freaking Sejuani is hanging around. And they're like standing on top of each other now. Sejuani is like chilling around here because she can't do much right now, but she's like looking for an opportunity to engage. Now, here's my problem with the nerf. If I know that I'm not supposed... Okay, I'm not supposed to be able to die this Ezreal, right? Let's draw me up. Let's zoom out a little bit. No. We zoom out, not in. There we go. Actually, maybe do that. That's perfect. Then we get brushes, and then it's like me. I'm like here. This Swaballer shilling around over here. Right, that's me. Okay, and then we have like the rest of my team are like dancing over here. They're like nameless, whatever. It's their. Let's have them be like Leona, freaking. Let's have this be Lissandra. Actually, these guys are irrelevant. The important part here is that previously you are able to, like, there's... I'm not trying to, like, when I make this point, I'm not trying to say that this is bad, that you can't do this anymore. This is just, I'm beginning to understand what they're saying. I did understand what they said when they said they had to nerf it this way, because this was too broken, like, you could do this. Say I'm, like, at this point, I'm, like, I'm doing decent. Let's say I'm, like 5, or let's say on 7, 3, 1. I mean, I'm a team player. I'd be like 17, 7, 3, 13, obviously. So let's see here. The thing you have to think about when diving overall is that there's a... When you look at Ezreal here, there's a circle. There are 2 circles you think about. There are actually 3 circles. There's a flash, the death mark, the W. So if you're not counting flash, he has a death radius. Like, say he doesn't have a QSS, like around here-ish. This is his R. Like, that's the R radius. Let's just say call this an R radius. And then we have out here is the W radius. Let's make this a bit bigger. Because this is like the distance here is 1W. Right? This is a W distance, and this distance here this is an R distance, okay? And let's just look at this. I did not plan this very well. Now, the point being here, I cannot, and then you have like, over here is like the flash. Flash doesn't add that much, but that's like the flash W distance. Because that's the flash here. Right? So out here, you know you can get out. So what happens is from here, you run up here, and then you do your W. This is not as long as W doesn't usually go that far, but that's your W right now, right? So you place W there, then you swap, so you have W over here, right? And now you're over here, and then you have R, so you ult him, which means like you travel here. And you have your ultimate here, but it's like delayed, so you can't use that for 1 second. Now what you have to do, or what you can't do, is that you can never dive like this. It's absolutely impossible. I don't care how fed you are, like, it's not possible with so much, like, with any form of peel at all. We can take away these guys. These guys are not relevant. With just a Janna, you can't. It's not possible. I mean, you can, but how do I explain it? Janna is a bad example. If you have a Xerath, or if you have a Sejuani or Hecarim, or anything that can CC you at all, Janna can throw you away and make it annoying. That doesn't really matter. You get thrown away, it spends 1 second, you can jump back to R. Because now you have R over here, and like in like 10 seconds you'll have your W's. You stand on him right now. He's ready to jump. You have nothing except flash. You have nothing to follow him up with. Because unless he's being an idiot, you can't wait with your ultimate. Generally, you wanna, like in late game, you wanna engage straight on, and then wait until he uses his E. Like until they use their escape, you wait with your R. You just use auto attacks until you can force something and spend the 0.75 seconds. You don't wanna ult until you can spend something from them. So if it's a stun, the ult, the escape, like you wanna wait for something. But here, if I just run up here, I get completely smashed by everything. So here you have to ult immediately. You can't save ultimate, and you can't get out. This is what bothers me when people say the nerf is no big deal. You just gotta use your W creatively. Because, right, so say I have to save my W here, okay? So we skip this threat range. I have to get to this threat range, right? To still save my W, right? So somehow, some magic way, because let's consider also that there's a turret here, which is like, has its range, which is like much bigger than that. Like a turret range as well, right? So somehow, I'm supposed to be able to run up to this threat range. These guys are just not gonna care, and then I'm supposed to... Alright, even then, where am I supposed to place my W here? I stand here, right? I'm ready to ult him. And then people just say, use your W creatively. Where do I use my W? Do I use it over here? That's like the only thing I can see right now. I use W over there, I use R, but then the thing that people miss here is that your W does not have an infinite range. Let me explain this. So, fuck. I hate spring. It's like my nose and eyes are itching all the time. So, you have the R range. This is the range you can use R. And then you have, let's see here. And then you have the W range, which is a bit longer. This is the range you can throw out your W. And this is the range you can jump your W. Right? Jump. W. Are you guys seeing this? Like this extra spot, which is actually a bit more. This is a really bad drawing. This extra spot here. Fuck, dude, I suck at this. Jump W. This extra spot here. You know what I mean. This spot. This spot. This spot. Right. Which is actually like more like that. Doesn't like, you can't jump. You have to walk there, which means this is going to be the most awkward W ever. Like, if you... God, this is stupid. Okay, wait. There. So I place W over there, and I cannot place W at max range. Heaven forbid Ezreal actually, like, moves backward, which he's going to do if I ult him. Because then, I am so far away from my W, I can't jump. So I have to actively not place W very far away. So I have to place W, like, over here. Still, if he moves away, like, any bit, or, I mean, if you're asking me to actually, like, walk into his range here, then place my W, like, freaking... like, walk into his range here, and then place my W, like, over here, and then I ult him. Like, this is the only way it can work. I walk straight up into his face. I use nothing to get up there, because I can't use my W, I can't use my R, and if I actually... if you want me to flash to get, like, next to him, I would rather just flash after I ult them. So I have to walk straight up next to him, then place my W as, like, a substitute ultimate. So, like, I ult, and I get nothing from the ult distance. I'm walking up from over here, all the way into turret range, all the way into threat range. I ult, and then I jump back to W, and then I have two shadows on top of him. So, like, I'm standing here, and I have R and W on top of him, and then I can, like, put two Qs, like... This is so clear. Right, that could work, sure. If somehow, magically, I could walk up straight on top of Ezreal and get to ult, and then before that throw up a W that, like, that's still in range, and he doesn't move back, sure, I agree to that. Now the problem is, this is an issue when I'm fed. When I'm not fed, this is not even a question. Like, this is not even... And if he's fed, like, no, you cannot do this. Okay, let me talk about then. You understand the idea with, like, how diving is really much harder right now. Unless you somehow survive the first second, which, like I said before, like, there's a 1.75 second where there are 0.75 seconds while you're ulting, and then there's the X, like 1.75 plus X, which is the reaction time to hit you when you're ulting, because you have 1 second for ultimate, 1 second for the delay on ultimate, 0.75 second where you, like, traveling to the target, which is you always land behind them, so you always know, so everyone knows that's always behind them. And then there's the X, which is like, okay, Zed is walking straight up to you, or Zed is using W straight onto you. That's the X. That's the extra time they have to figure it out. They have 1.75 seconds plus X to to react and stun you, or murder you, or him to run away. Like, it's... Or actually, no, run away is irrelevant at that point. But to stun you, or CC you, or anything, it's so much time. Now, talking about... Okay, so... Can we just debunk that using W creatively is stupid? Like, the idea that you can do... Well, not stupid, but it's not thought out. I don't want to say it's stupid, because I understand where people saying you can use W creatively, where they're coming from. I really do. Because there's an idea behind using a... Let's see here. People are just saying... people are... I should clear this. This is a mess. Holy crap. Well, the idea is, right, that you're, like, over here and you're fighting the Oriana. This is really badly drawn, but whatever. Actually could probably do this. Where's the zoom? Zoom, zoom. Oh, not like that. Ah, fuck. Well, here, this is gonna have to do. Okay, so you're fighting the... you're fighting the Oriana here. This is a bloody turret. This is, like, whatever. I shouldn't do that. This is whatever. And Oriana's chilling over here. Turret range. And you're out here. Right? And then you walk in, like, this is her death range. This is the R range. You walk in there. You're actually getting up here. You're within her R range. Now, what I see people obviously saying is you place a W over here, and then it's like you ult on top of her, and then you stand here, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna ult you, and you jump to your W, and then you have a W on top of her, an R over here, you have a W here, R here. Oh shit, wait, no, you have, wait. R, okay, so you have this R range, you just go from here, so that goes from here, he goes on top of her, then out there, because before he stands here, you use W over here, ult there, you have ult shadow there, W shadow there, swap W shadow there, ult shadow there, right? And then you have one movement left, because you have W here, you have R, which is unused, and you have Z over here, which means, like, yeah, you can fight. I'm gonna talk about that combo later on, by the way. I'm gonna make a video on that, so don't worry about it. These, yes, you can use 3 Qs here. You can do that, yes. That's my point. If you saw my video, like, that's my point when I said this nerf takes away choice. Because that's what you're gonna do every single time, unless, and this is the silly part, unless you just jump in and tank it. Which is like, sure, you jump in, you tank your ultimate, and then you kill her, if you can. If you're fed enough, sure, just jump in and kill her. Which is boring, because you're gonna get hit by the ultimate. Because, I mean, at some point you're gonna play Orianas that realize this, or Aries. Seriously, every Ari in the world is gonna realize that you can just charm behind you when he ults. And that's why I said this nerf is clunky and it removes choice, but again, it's manageable. This is just an overview of this. I'm gonna make, what, 3 videos on this nerf? I'm gonna make one that I was gonna make anyway, and one how to deal with the nerf, and then there's this one. So, yeah. Regardless, thank you very much for watching. If you want to check out the stream, the link's in the description, and I will see you next time. Peace. Okay guys, how was I?